ubuzima simpaguruka nukugenda nugukurura mbega mva mu nzu banteruye n'umufasha wanjye nkajya kota izuba.
He was born in 1945. This means he's 76 years old. He cannot move or even stand on his feet, and if there is no one to lift him, he has to crawl.
Nitwa Mukazibera Consolata. Navutse muri 67. Ubwo mfite imyaka za 53.
Nitwa Kanyamuhanda. Posiyani.
He says he was not born with this body deformity because he was born normal, and he even started his primary school as a strong and healthy boy. But shortly after celebrating his 15th birthday, everything changed. He says this all started when his muscles dried and were running out of blood. That made him so weak and started bending his leg bones. Posia says his whole body got affected and changed in a strange way that left him disabled for the rest of his life.
Nari imfubyi ntagira data yarapfuye, nta mwene wa data mfite, nta no tuvukana uko mundeba gutya.
He says this all happened when there was no dad, no relatives, no siblings, as he was the only child his parents ever produced. Living a life without parents and siblings affected him so hard that he could not get any chance of visiting any hospital during his childhood. He says if he was lucky enough for his condition to be treated at the early stage, he would have come to normal as quick as possible. Life since childhood was so miserable, and he was so unfortunate that he never saw his dad because the father died 1 week after the man came to this world. To him, he doesn't know what it feels like having a father. He remained suffering and struggling with this health condition. Some people said that this maybe was poliomyelitis, which is always shortened to polio. But no doctor has ever confirmed this because he was never examined and has never entered the hospital since the day he was born. He thinks he went to the hospital on one and only occasion. That was the day he was born.
Ndariga umubiri wose umugongo akakaboko ngendesha mwabonye urutugu rwarahagutse.
Due to not being taken to the hospital, he says up to now his whole body is painful, starting from the neck, the back, the shoulders, the joints. Almost every body part of this old man is paining. Plus being old, this makes matters worse. After experiencing a lonely life, where he was alone for almost 40 years, he had a friend who meant everything to the man. That friend of him realized he needs someone to live with him and help the man day to day. The friend of him said, "I'll bring you a wife." He thought that friend of him was maybe joking, but he was more than serious. And since Posia could not move, it was difficult for him to go out and date and choose his wife. For that reason, he thought he would never get a wife. But the friend of his went and approached a woman, convinced the woman that she has to be a wife to Posia. This man calls it magic due to the way he was not expecting any positive outcome.
Uwo muntu yari inshuti yanjye. Yemera kumparanganira rero aramunzanira.
It worked out, and the man later got married officially with the wife, and they produced children. Though he now got a family, but says they live under extreme poverty that affording their daily meals is impossible. He says they only survive by the grace of the living God. If not, they would have died a couple of years ago.
Ni umugore ugumiza leta agahinga. Niho ahanje. Hahanda hinzi rero hakava ikitutunga. ubu rero umugore wenyine gusa ahinga wenyine nta bushobozi afite bwo kubona umubyizi utosheje.
Due to the way he's physically impaired, the wife goes on searching for what they feed on. She cultivates, and they have to depend on the harvest. But that is not enough because they don't own a big land that can feed the whole family. And since she cultivates alone, even though they had a big piece of land, she cannot handle it alone because the man cannot support. He's disabled. Portia says he got money long time ago and bought a house where they lived, him and the children. But a few months ago, the house was taken down by heavy rains, and now he has no house. This house in which they live in is not theirs, and they say it's a friend who saw them after losing their house and decided to lend them the house for a few days. They are worried because anytime the owner can come and say he needs the house, and if that happens, they don't have where to go and they don't have enough money to build their own house.
N'ibicumbi mfite abana bane na nyina wa gatanu nanjye wa gatandatu.
They all live in this house, and the man is afraid that soon or later the house will also fall on them, as it's said to have been built long time ago. And one of the support the old man is seeking is to help them get a brand new house, that even when he dies, he will leave his children with a good house.
Haza kubonekamwe abantu nyine b'urucantege, habonekamo umukecuru aravuga ngo ntabwo ari ukushaka ngiye kumushaka hati nimbona ibirayi bishize nzamuvaho.
Consolata is the wife to this 76-year-old man. She says they met in the early 90s, and she was so loyal to the husband that she kept being there for the man, providing for the man and the 4 children. She says she never cared on how the man was disabled. The disability was never a barrier to her relationship. As she says, even before they lived together, she knew the man in person and says the man is the most humble person she has ever met on this planet. Consolata says that one of the reasons behind their day-to-day challenges is poverty, that even when she's sick, giving her medicine makes her worse because she does not have what to eat, and she does not take a balanced diet even when she eats. She says that her life is also at stake because she's always sick, and she has spent a lot of years pregnant and considers that to be a disability because whenever she goes to the hospital, they see no child in the womb. But for her, she always feels something moving in the stomach as if she has a child there. But doctors confirm that there is no child. To her, she is disabled, but thanks God that she can at least move on her feet. They say they need a lot to survive, and the man is not here requesting for the advanced medicine since he has never gone to the hospital for at least once. He never wishes to even go there, but requests for the support so as to help them build their own house. Due to the way the mother is the only one working and providing for them, she's requesting for the financial support so as to keep them going. You can help this family and make a positive impact to their life by contributing via a GoFundMe campaign's link found in description and pinned in top comments. There are tons of things we can't do ourselves, and that's why we need to be helped out. If someone or something can lend you a helping hand, great. I say after all, we're all in this together. It's easy to be kind to friends who return your smiles and happily lend a helping hand. But the true test of a good character is finding the will and desire to be kind and charitable to those who give us absolutely no motivation to do so. Thank you for watching. I'm Elijah, and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.